Welcome to yet another part of the PYQs that we are doing for British poetry. And the year that we are covering is December 2024. So the next question for today, before moving on, those who are all preparing and maybe feeling jittery, maybe feeling confused whether they are prepping up or not, or whether they will make it up this time or not, it is for them. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. This is a very famous quote from Julius Caesar, written by William Shakespeare. So now let's quickly start with today's question. The first question is that you have to match list 1 with list 2, that is the poet with the poem. So we have 4 poets here: Spenser, Sidney, Wyatt, and Surrey. Earl of Surrey and Wyatt. So out of all these 4, अगर आपको सारे भी नहीं आते हैं, तो you must be knowing that Spenser has written The Fairy Queen. It is from the Elizabethan times, and Sidney has written The Defense of Poesy. So अगर आपको ये दो भी पता है, A3, B4. A3, B4 किस part में है? It is from the B portion. So this is supposed to be your answer. ये तो दो बहुत ही ज़्यादा famous kind of texts हैं, तो ये तो सबको आते ही होते हैं. That is why it is easy to crack. अगर सारे नहीं आ रहे हैं, एक दो आ रहे हैं, then also you can easily crack. See, the answer is B. A3, B4. Edwin Spenser wrote Fairy Queen in 1590 till 96. Right? He has written 6 books, 3 earlier and 3 afterwards. And these are the opening lines of Spenser's Fairy Queen. And Philip Sidney wrote The Defense of Poesy, and it is a landmark Renaissance literary criticism work. You can say that it has, and also it was इसमें एक PYQ already आया था कि why this was written, और मतलब किसके response को, किस बात को लेकर Defense of Poesy लिखा गया था by Philip Sidney. So it is basically written as a response to Stephen Gosson. तो ये जो सारा detail है, you can look out for that on the internet. वो भी मतलब जो टेक्स्ट एक बारी नेट में आ जाता है ना, उसके बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट जो है वो बार बार क्वेश्चन के फॉर्म में रिपीट होते रहते हैं. तो वट एवर टेक्स्ट यू गेट इन द नेट एग्जाम, इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट दैट यू शुड prepare it in a thorough way. Then White has written this sonnet, and Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey, has written this one. Right, this was written when so cruel prison, how could betide. This was written when he was in prison, basically, and he was, reflecting on his imprisonment. So moving on with the next question, who among the following illustrated the books of Thomas Gray and Robert Blair? You must be knowing that Thomas Gray and Robert Blair, they were called the graveyard poets. Or they were also the transitional poets. Before actually that started, जैसे रेनेसांस या एलिजाबेथन एज था, उसके बाद आया आपका रोमांटिक एज. Right. In between was this graveyard poet and transitional poets, right? So two of them, Thomas Gray and Robert Blair, had their works illustrated. Works illustration means कि आपके जो works हैं, books हैं, उसको अच्छी तरह, सुंदर सी तरह उसमें paintings, embossing, ये सब करवाना. That was, and the 4 options that we have, it is Thomas Percy, Robert Burns, William Blake, and William Cooper. So this is one interesting fact about William Blake, that he was a professional illustrator of books. Right. उसकी बुक्स को वो embossing वगैरह करता था, पेंट वगैरह करता था metal से, and also he is the one who has illustrated the works of Thomas Gray and Robert Blair. See, Thomas Gray, elegy written in a country churchyard, Robert Blair, The Grave, are there often associated with graveyard school poetry and their transitional pre-romantic sensibilities. So William Blake is the one who has done the illustration of the books, and he was a professional engraver and illustrator. So that is why the answer is William Blake. Moving on to the next one. December 2024 का next question out of poetry. Arrange the following poems by W.B. Yeats in chronological order in the year of publication. So again, Yeats के जो works हैं उसको हम एक तरह से कैटेगरी में डाल सकते हैं कि जो उसके famous major works हैं जैसे Among School Children और Second Coming. This was written towards the end of his career or end of his life when his poetry became mature. Adam's Curse or The Wild Swans at Cool, they were written, they are not that mature works, so they are like beginning of his career. And one thing more, कि जो Under Bull Ben है, this was Under Ben Bull Ben, this was his last work. So इस कैटेगरी में that means B और C सेंटर में आने चाहिए, B और C, और जो E है वो लास्ट में आना चाहिए. सी ई लास्ट 3 जगह पे है, लेकिन एडम्स कर्स इसमें आगे है, ठीक है, और अमंग स्कूल चिल्ड्रन इसमें आगे है. सी डी ये है और फिर अंडर बुलबेन, या फिर सी डी सी सेकेंड कमिंग. मैंने आपको बोला कि ये इसका एंड ऑफ द करियर वर्क है, तो ये तो नहीं है. और ये वाला वर्क बुलबेन पहले नहीं लिखा था, पहले एडम्स कर्स, ठीक है, ये भी इसमें आगे है. उसके बाद डी स्वॉन्स, द वाइल्ड स्वॉन्स एट कूल, ठीक है, ये वाला वर्क हमने बोला था कि ये 2 वर्क्स हैं उसके अर्ली वर्क्स में से हैं. एंड सी और बी जो लास्ट वाले हैं ये उसके लास्ट वर्ड है. और ये तो हमारा आंसर है, इट इज डी. सो लेट्स चेक द आंसर. Yeah, it is option D. The correct word is option D. Adam's Curse was written in 1903 and The Wild Swan at Cool was written in 1917, The Second Coming 1920, Among School Children 1927, and Under Ben Bulben in 1939. It was posthumously published in The Last Poems and 2 plays. And these are again the opening lines of these works. You can go ahead with them, read them, go through them. Just keep them in your mind because एक बारी जो text net में आया है उसको आपने हर aspect से पढ़ना है. Moving on. So this is December 2024 का next question. Which of the following poems uses terza rima? Terza rima एक तरह का meter है of writing a poem. तो जॉन कीट्स ने ओड टू नाइटिंगेल में यूज किया है, शेले ने यूज किया है ओड टू वेस्ट विंड, विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ ने यूज किया है द सॉलिटरी रीपर में, और एल्फ्रेड टेनिसन ने यूज किया है यूलिसिस में. इनमें से किसने यूज किया है? द करेक्ट आंसर इज ओड टू द वेस्ट विंड रिटन बाय पीबी शेले. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाई इट इज द करेक्ट आंसर. टर्जा राइमा इज अ वर्स व्हिच वाज इन्वेंटेड बाय दांते. दांते ने इसको इन्वेंट किया था इस फॉर्म को, और ये 3 लाइन स्टैंजास बेसिकली होते हैं और इसका राइम स्कीम ए बी ए, बी सी बी, सी डी सी और डी ई डी, इस तरह से एक तरह से फ्लो बनता जाता है, राइट. तो Shelley adopted this form in Ode to West Wind so that it create a flowing and wind-like movement in the poem. अब wind के ऊपर subject है तो उसने टर्जा राइमा, उसने थीम और जो राइम स्कीम है वो भी वैसे ही यूज करी. लेट्स सी हाउ इट इज डन. जैसे ये फर्स्ट कैंटो है उस पोएम का. इस पोएम में 5 कैंटोज हैं, सेक्शंस हैं. दिस इज द फर्स्ट कैंटो. बीइंग राइम्स विद फ्लीइंग, डेड राइम्स विद रेड, दो राइम्स विद लो, बेड राइम्स with red rhymes with bed. So being, fleeing, dead, red bed एंड दाउ लाओ, इस तरह से एक तरह से चेन स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो बनता जाता है. जो सेंटर वाला एक होता है उसको उठा के अगले वाले में, फिर उसमें से जो सेंटर वाला होता है उसको उठा के अगले वाले में. जैसे ए बी को उठाया इधर गया, फिर बी सी बी, फिर सी को उठाया इधर गया, फिर सी डी सी, फिर डी को उठाया इधर गया, फिर डी ई डी, फिर ई को उठाया इधर गया. This is the rhyming couplet that ends everywhere oh here. This is terza rhyme. Again, okay, this is the last part of the December 2024 PYQs. So the present lines, it is question number 11 to 15, the comprehension part from poetry. And these lines are basically from Oliver Goldsmith's poem, The Deserted Village. और जो The Deserted Village है वो NTA नेट का फेवरेट टॉपिक है. इतनी बार एग्जाम में आ चुकी है. कभी उसका टाइटल कंप्लीट करो, कभी वो कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के फॉर्म में आ जाती है, कभी वो थीम के फॉर्म में आ जाती है. मतलब इट कैन कम इन एनी फॉर्म. So let's go with these lines. In all my wanderings around this world of care, in all my griefs, and God has given me my share, I still had hopes, my latest hours to crown, amidst these humble bowers to lay me down, to husband out life's taper at the close, and keep the flame from wasting my repose. I still had hopes, for pride attends us still, amidst the swains, to show my book learned skill, around my fire an evening group to draw, and tell of all I felt and all I saw. So these are the lines. So first of all, the question is, what does the poet intend to do in life? कि poet की intention क्या है life में करने की? To showcase his talent in singing, to complain to God about his misery, to complain to the king about injustice, or to share his life experiences. See, this here, around my fire and evening group to draw and tell of all I felt, all I saw. जो भी मैंने देखा, जो भी मैंने feel किया, उसके बारे में मैं बताना चाहूंगा. That means he wants to share his life experiences. Identify the meter in the poem. It is actually iambic pentameter. What is iambic pentameter? See, it is stressed and unstressed form, and five kind of उसमें बनते हैं ये. In all my wanderings around this world of care, in all my wanderings around this world of care. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 बन गए, मतलब 10 आपके जो हैं वो syllables हैं, और stressed, unstressed एक तरह के in all. Stressed, unstressed, unstressed, इससे आपके ये बनते हैं. ठीक है. So this is iambic pentameter. What does the poem say about the nature of the world? कि जो दुनिया का world का जो nature है किस तरह का है? It's full of joy, it is full of desertion, it is full of care and hope, it is full of wonders. So here, wanderings around this world of care, world, it is world full of care. Care means stress. And so इसमें care, wonders की नहीं, desertion की नहीं, joy की नहीं. It is full of care and hope. And he says also यहाँ पे hope की बात हो रही है. I still had hopes and all. Identify the rhyme scheme in the poem. Rhyme scheme क्या है? Care, share, A बोल देते हैं इसको. Crown, down, B. Close, repose, C. Still, skill, D. Draw, saw, E. So A, B, B, C, C, D, D. It is E. What is the mood in the poem? Is it pessimistic poem? It is optimistic and resolute. It is jovial, खुश है, envious है, jealousy है. So I think it is optimistic and resolute. Still, he has hopes. He's optimistic about these things. So that is why it is optimistic and resolute. Let's just quickly see the answer. Right. So what does the poet intend to do in his life? To share his life experience, all I felt and all I saw. See, meter in the poem, iambic pentameter, 10 syllables, altering unstressed, stressed. And the poem say about the nature of the world, it is full of care and hope, this world of care, hopes, all these things. Identify the rhyme scheme in the poem, we did. And mood of the poem, optimistic and resolute. So all these things are there. So yeah, with this we end with the December 2024 questions. Now from the next video, we'll start with June 2024. So stay tuned.